Okay. So, part of the core syllabus in mathematics in the modern world is a probability distribution. But before we proceed to probability, let's have some basic concepts first of counting techniques. So we're going to discuss the introduction, tree diagrams, and the multiplication rule for counting, permutation, and combination. We're going to determine the number of outcomes to a sequence of events using a tree diagram. Find the total number of outcomes in a sequence of events using the multiplication rule. For the other objectives, find the number of ways R objects can be selected from N objects using the permutation rule. Find the number of ways R objects can be selected from N objects without regard to order using the combination rule. So class, kung meron kayong scientific calculator beside you, kindly use it later on. Okay? So a tree diagram is a device used to list all possibilities of a sequence of events in a systematic way. Suppose a salesperson can travel from New York to Pittsburgh by plane, train, or bus, and from Pittsburgh to Cincinnati by bus, boat, or automobile. Display the information using the tree diagram. Okay? So nga pala, marami kayong classmate na nag-message sa akin who won't be able to attend the class because they are not feeling well. Okay? So, students, inom lang kayo ng gamot, rest, drink a lot of water, eat health, eat some veggies and fruits. Okay? Pagaling kayo. So, konting ingat. No, kung hindi naman kailangan lumabas ay huwag nang lalabas ng bahay. Stay home and stay safe. Let's continue. Yan. So this will be the possible sequences, 'di ba? So from New York, you're going to ride by a plane, train, or bus, New York to Pittsburgh, and then from Pittsburgh to Cincinnati, by a bus, boat, or automobile, and then by a plane or bus. Okay. So this will be the sequence, di ba? So tingnan nyo, ilan siya lahat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9. So the multiplication rule, in a sequence of n events in which the first one has k sub 1 possibilities and the second event has k sub 2 and the third has k sub 3 and so forth, the total possibilities of the sequence will be k sub 1 times k sub 2 times k sub 3 times dot 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 up to k sub n. So what's the meaning of that? So let's say a nurse has 3 patients to visit. How many ways can she make her rounds if she visit each patient only once? Diba? So she can choose from 3 patients for the first visit and choose from 2 patients for the second visit. Since there are 2 left on the third visit, she will see the 1 patient who is left. Hence, the total number of different possible outcomes is 3 times 2 times 1. So 3 times 2 times 1, that's 6. Okay? So kanina, at tatlo kasi yon. Kaya 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay? Employees of a large corporation are to be issued special coded identification cards. The card consists of 4 letters of the alphabet. Each letter can be used up to 4 times in the code. How many different ID cards can be issued? Yan. So, since 4 letters are to be used, there are 4 spaces to fill, di ba? Apat na blank kasi 4 na letters. Since there are 26 letters to select from, each letter can be used up to 4 times, then the total number of identification cards can be made is like this. 26 times 26 times 26 times 26. And that's equal to 456,976. Ayun. So, ganon, di ba? Kasi without repetition of letters yan. Kaya 26 times 26 times 26 times 26. So, ganun kadami ang possible sequence or combination. The digits are 0, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So, are used in a 4-digit ID card. How many different cards are possible if repetitions are permitted? Ayan. So, 4-digit, pero yan ay 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 numbers yon. Okay, so since there are 4 spaces to fill and 5 choices for each space, the solution is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, or 5 to the fourth power, which is equal to 625. So there are 625 different cards. Okay? So what if the repetitions were not permitted in the previous example? Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng ulitin yung nagamit na number. There will be 4 different numbers or 4 different letters. So the first digit can be chosen in 5 ways. The second digit can be chosen only in 4 ways. Since there are only 4 digits left, etc. Sunod-sunod siya. So thus the solution is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, which is equal to 120. So as you can see, without repetition, there are only 120 possibilities. Unlike doon kapag may repetition, 625. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, if repetitions are not allowed, there are fewer possibilities. Okay. Ayan. So, yun. Makinig, kung masama pakiramdam nyo at kaya nyo namang makinig, so yun, you can just listen. Okay? Ayan. So since maraming may sakit, mamaya madaling quiz na lang ibibigay ko. Yung wala nang solving. Okay lang ba sa inyo yun?
Yes po, sir.
Thank you. Permutation. So consider the possible arrangement of the letters A, B, and C. The possible arrangements are ABC, ACB, BAC, BCA, CAB, saka CBA. So as you can see, there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 possible arrangements. So if the order of the arrangement is important, then we say that each arrangement is a permutation of the 3 letters. Thus, there are 6 permutations of the 3 letters. Okay? An arrangement of n distinct objects in a specific order is called permutation of the objects. To determine the number of possibilities mathematically, one can use the multiplication rule to get. Di ba ano yun? 3 letters. So, 3 times 2 times 1 equals 6. So, 6 permutations. Kasi kung makapansin nyo, walang repetition of letters. Di ba? ABC lang yung involved. Permutation rule, the arrangement of n objects in a specific order using r objects at a time is called the permutation of n objects taken r objects at a time. It is written as NPR, and the formula is given by NPR equals n factorial over n minus r factorial. So that is the formula, class. Pero sa inyong scientific calculator, there's the permutation and combination function. May NPR saka NCR dyan. Example, how many different ways can chairperson and an assistant chairperson be selected for a research project if there are 7 scientists available? Okay, tingnan nyo ha. So, 7 ang available, and then ano yung mga positions? Chairperson at saka assistant chairperson. So, dalawa yon. Kaya, number of ways, 7p2. So 7 factorial over 7 minus 2 factorial equals 7 factorial over 5 factorial, which is equal to 42. Ayan. Ang factorial ay siguro alam niyo na Pag sinabing halimbawa, dito sa chat box type ko. Bawa 5 factorial. Ang ibig sabihin niyan ay 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay? Yun, ganon. Multiply siya sa kanyang mga consecutive lower numbers or integers. Ayun. So yung 7 factorial, class, 'di ba ano 'yan? Ang 7 factorial ay equals sa ano siya, sa 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. Okay? Ay kung makapansin nyo, yung denominator 5 factorial na. So, pwede nating i-cancel yung 5 factorial in the numerator and in the denominator. So, matitira na lamang ay 7 times 6, which is equal to 42. Kaya ganun yung nangyari. So, how many different ways can 4 books be arranged on a shelf if there can be selected from 9 books? Okay, so 9. Dito yung 9 PR. O, try nyo sa calculator nyo, yung 9 PR. Check nyo nga kung makukuha nyo yung 3024. Hmm. Okay, proceed naman tayo sa combination. Consider the possible arrangement of letters A, B, and C. So the possible arrangement are A, B, C, A, C, B, B, A, C, B, C, A, C, A, B, and C, B, A. If the order of the arrangement is not important, then we say that each arrangement is the same. We say there is one combination of the three letters. So the combination rule, the number of combinations of R objects from N objects is denoted by NCR, and the formula is given by NCR equals N factorial over N minus R factorial times R factorial. Okay? So, for example, how many combinations of 4 objects are taken 2 at a time? So, 4, tapos 2 at a time. So, 2, kaya 4C2. Ayan. Pag sinunod nyo siya, makukuha nyo is 6. Okay? Kung marunong na kayong gumamit ng permutation and combination sa calculator, that's good. Kung hindi naman, pwede kayo mag-message sa akin, send me a private message, and then we'll talk about it. In order to survey the opinions of customers at local malls, a researcher decides to select 5 malls from a total of 12 malls in a specific geographic area. How many different ways can the selection be made? So, solution, number of combinations, ayun, 12C5. Ayan. Sa calculator, napakadali lang yung makuha. But I hope alam nyo kung paano isolve yung permutation. Napag-aralan nyo naman yan before in your senior high school statistics and probability. In a club, there are 7 women and men. A committee of 3 women and 2 men is to be chosen. How many different possibilities are there? Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, ano siya? Ayan. Pag sa women, 7-3. Kapag sa men, 5-2. Kaya, ang gagawin dyan, pag multiply nyo. So, number of possibilities, number of ways selecting 3 women from 7. Ayun. Number of ways selecting from 2 men from 5. So, 7C3 times 5C2. So, ang 7C3 is 35, 5C2 is 10, 35 times 10 is 350. So, that's okay, Mia. So, a committee of 5 people must be selected from 5 men and 8 women. How many ways can the selection be made if there are at least 3 women in the committee? Ayan. So, makapansin nyo may at least. Okay? Tandaan nyo ha, 5 men, 8 women, tapos may at least 3 women. So, madami siya. Kung makapansin nyo, the committee can consist of 3 women and 2 men, or 4 women and 1 man, or 5 women. To find the different possibilities, find it separately and then add them. Ayan. So, yung kanina, kasi ano siya 8 women tapos at least 3, di ba? O, tingnan nyo. At least 3, pero ang kailangan ay 5 people sa committee. So, dapat ang sum nun ay 5. Ito, di ba? 8. 8C3 times 5C2. Yun yung unang pass yung una. Kasi, tatlo yung women dito, ano. At least 3. So, ibig sabihin, 3 pataas. 5C2. Plus, yung another is 8C4 times 5C1. Okay. Yung doon sa 8C4, kung mapapansin nyo, sa una, 8C3. Nadagdagan ng isang woman kasi at least three. Kung siya ay 4, ayun, 8C4. Pero dahil nadagdagan ang babae, mababawasan ng isa ang community member na lalaki. 5C2 kanina, kaya naging times 5C1. Ayun. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang sum nila is 5. 3 plus 2 ay 5. 4 plus 1 ay 5. Kasi 5 yung kailangan eh. And then another combination, 8C5, lima na yung babae. So ibig sabihin, wala ng lalaki, di ba? Times 5C0, kaya siya naging 0. Ayun, i-multiply nyo lang yon plus ang product of this plus product of this. So yun, 56 times 10 plus 70 times 5 plus 56 times 1, and that's equal to 966. Okay? Don't you always remember? Do mathematics to learn mathematics. Practice, improve, and stay curious. Keep safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. See you next time in our next lesson.